Nothing's much worse than an entitled parent, apart from an entitled parent who's also a choosing beggar. Entitled mum shoves her kid into my classroom and runs. Not sure if this is entitled parents or choosing beggars. For context, in my late teens and early 20s, I ran a free after-school program for kids out of a community centre. The program was for kids aged 8 to 12 whose parents were currently undergoing a messy divorce. We had a sister program next door for parents of the kids. It was part class, part community group, part counselling, where the kids, myself and another volunteer discussed handling anger, preparing them for joint custody, changes in finance, what alimony and child support were, etc. The class was free, some of the materials were paid for by the centre, and the rest I covered myself. I liked the class and it gave me a bit of padding on my resume, so I didn't mind buying snacks, colouring materials and prizes for the kids. At the time, we were a few weeks into the class and I had 8 kids who were attending. 8 is a great number because do you know how many things come in packs of 8? It meant I bought stuff in those 8 packs so each kid would have something and I didn't waste money on spares. So this afternoon the kids are coming in and this parent I haven't met with an unknown kid comes by and she sort of drops off the kid without a word to me or her child. It's been a few years, but here is the conversation I remember. Mom? What? Hi, I don't think we've met. Your son isn't enrolled in this class currently. You can't just drop him off with me. I was told this class is free. It is, but it's not a daycare. You do have to enroll your child first at the beginning of the term. I can't watch any child who comes by. There are things I need to know like allergies, emergency contacts. I kinda laugh. His name? Well, you can ask me right now. I'm sorry, but the class is starting right now, so I can't. But you can enroll him in the next term. You can find information on how to do that at insert information here. The entitled mum rolls her eyes. I have an appointment. Can't you just take him? For the record, the parents were supposed to be enrolled in the class across the hall, not just use us for free childcare. I can't. Besides, I didn't know I'd have another student today, so I don't even have enough supplies or snacks for him. Oh, he doesn't need any snacks. He won't mind. Yeah, that's right, my kid doesn't need any food. Mom, of course he's going to mind all the kids eating Nutella snack packs and Capri Suns, and that all the other kids have workbooks and he doesn't. It's not fair to him. Besides, it's not really safe for me to watch a child that I have no information for, so you can sign him up for the next term. The entitled mum gets all huffy. Fine. She grabs her kid and storms off. That was the end of it, or so I thought. A few minutes later, I'm working with the kids and the other volunteer is setting up our next activity. The door opens a crack, the same kid as before is shoved in and the door slams. The other volunteer and I share a what the frick look, but I open the door and look out, and entitled mum is booking it down the hallway. Mom! The EM starts yelling without turning around, I'll be back in a few hours. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, the class is only an hour long and I'm half running after her. Mom, if you don't come and collect your son, I will call the police about an unaccompanied minor. He won't be here when you get back. EM stops, sighs, turns around and pegs me with a glare. You are being so inflexible. This is terrible customer service. You're not a customer. Please take your son. The entitled mother grabs her kid's hand and starts storming off while yelling, I can't believe you would call the police on a child. What kind of teacher are you? I'm going to tell your boss about how horrible you were to me and my son. To this day, I wonder if she attempted to talk to my boss about my behavior. Or imagine the look on her face when she found out the boss of the program was me. I can't believe she just left her son and was like, yeah, I don't care, I'll be back in a few hours. You see, the problem with this school program is they don't have locks on the doors in case this sort of thing happens. That means that random people like this can just get in, chuck their kids into the room and leave without any repercussions, it seems like. But if you use Dashlane, the same thing won't happen to you online. Dashlane offers a safe, simple and affordable way to store and fill your passwords and personal information. Dashlane autofill makes logging into any website incredibly safe and easy. Just click login and Dashlane will do the rest. Even better, if you are making a new account, let Dashlane generate a 100% secure password that you will never have to remember. It does it all for you. That means you can log in with a single click every time. Also, it has an incredible VPN service which can encrypt your data at the push of a button, allowing you to choose any country you would like to virtually be in. So you can access content from across the world which would otherwise be blocked. So, download Dashlane today on Chrome, the App Store, and Google Play on all your devices so you can be safe 24/7. You can use it on your first device for free by going to www.dashlane.com/Redditor. That's right, completely free on your first device. Then, if you want to upgrade to Premium to use Dashlane across all your devices, you can use my promo code Redditor to get a discount off your first year. Moving on to our next story, entitled parent demands my healthiest food for her 3 kids. So my home is known for having tons of kids over at all times. I have a 14-year-old and an 8-year-old. There are about 10 kids on our block who are in my 8-year-old's age range, 5 others in my teen's age range, and I have an open door policy for all kiddos. Every day of the week I hear from multiple kids, "I'm hungry" or "I'm thirsty." I have never turned a kid away, even though I am very low income. I know that I'll be feeding way more kids than my monthly budget allows, so I buy in bulk and lower cost food to feed the horde. For example, I will buy 4 or 5 organic apples for my kids to have after the neighborhood kids are gone, but I also buy 15 cheap non-organic apples for everyone to munch on together while they are playing, or nice whole wheat bread for our morning toast with breakfast, but $1 loaves for the discount bread store for bulk PB&J. Enter EM yesterday, walking up my driveway to about 10 little kids, including both my kids sitting on my little front lawn having apple slices, ham and cheese sandwiches with glasses of water. I have never met her before. Are you feeding the kids? Yes, they have been playing for a few hours and a lot of them said they were hungry. I'm expecto corona. I reach out to shake her hand. What are they eating? She ignores my hand. Just some apple slices and sandwiches. I put my hand down. Is that water clean? Yes, I have a Brita water pitcher. EM rolls her eyes. That does not clean the water. Next time give them bottled water. She gestures at a random very sweet little girl and 2 others who are just as sweet. I don't buy bottled, it's pretty expensive. But you can get all this food. Well, it's not that expensive when you buy in bulk and find discounts. The entitled mum squints at me like I just spoke Vulcan. Discounts? At this point, I'm thinking I'm about to drop a knowledge bomb. Yeah, I go through a lot of food with all my sweet adopted kids. I laugh, EM scowls. Yeah. I get the cheaper bread and cheese and fruit and stuff because it's a lot of extra mouths to feed. The entitled mum is quiet for a minute. Do you always feed your kids this junk? Well, when it's every day and there's this many kids, kind of, yeah. But when it's just me and my bio kids, we eat as organic and healthy as possible. Well, give my kids the good food too. I really can't afford that. I'm very low income and feeding this many kids is already a bit of a strain. The entitled mum raises a perfect eyebrow. Oh, really? You don't have to feed all the kids organic, just mine. Oh, are they allergic to anything or gluten-free? No, I just don't want them eating junk. Just give her your organic food next time. Just them. Mom, I'm not going to make 3 plates of only organic just for your kids. My kids are eating this too right now, and I just can't afford to do that. Well, if you're okay with your kids eating this junk, just give my kids their healthy food and they can eat this instead. At this point, I'm very shocked. What? My 16-year-old comes into the conversation, very sassy, to save me. Look, if you want your kids to eat so healthy, you can always bring some of that healthy food to our house to make sure they have it in the afternoons. I can empty out one of my art binds so your kids can have a spot in our fridge for their food. EM's voice goes up another octave or 4. Why on earth would I put my food in your fridge? If you won't put food in our fridge for your kids, then my mum should not be putting our food on our plates and in our cups for your kids either. At this point, I'm turning to my daughter. Expecto Corona Jr., it's okay. No, let her finish. Every day, your kids are at our house after school for about 5 hours. You never check on them, you never see if they're doing okay, and you never see who they're with. I didn't even know whose kids are yours. My mum is a super mum. She takes care of every kid that walks through our door like it's her own. She will feed any kid that says they're hungry. You should check on your kids, ask them if you're hungry, and if they are, you feed them then. How dare you? She storms back down our driveway, leaving her kids eating on our lawn. Oh, Expecto Corona Jr., that was really ballsy of you. My 17-year-old rolls her eyes and sits back down on her phone. Fast forward to this afternoon. Same kids, including EM's kids, same lawn, same snack. The entitled mum briskly walks up the driveway. Are they eating here again? Yes, they've been in our yard for 4 hours. All the kids were hungry. Is it organic? EM aggressively points at the plate her daughter is holding. No, it's the same thing everyone else is eating. How dare you? I told you organic only. At this point, I'm beyond frustrated. Mom, I can't do that. It's too expensive for me to do that. I can send them home if they say they're hungry if you want to monitor what they're eating. No, if they're playing here, you should feed them. I'm visibly upset at this point. Maybe they should not come over anymore after school then. They have to come here. I have plans in the afternoons and there is no one home. Oh my god, what am I reading? At this point, I'm suddenly very sad as I realize how much this entitled mother does not care about her very wonderful kids. So basically, I've been a babysitter for you without even realizing it? In that case, they can come over here whenever they want for as long as they need to be or want to be, and I will keep feeding them and taking care of them. Because someone needs to show them what a mother is. EM starts to say something, shakes her head and storms off down my driveway, once again leaving her daughter with us. Okay, this might be one of the very nicest and selfless people I think I've ever come across in this subreddit, but it just gets all thrown back in this mother's face by this entitled parent. I feel so bad for her. She's doing the work of about 5 mothers, but she gets no thanks at all, just aggressive behavior. She seems too kind to give the kids back to their mother, but that's what she has to do in this situation. I feel like sometimes some people are too nice for their own good and just get taken advantage of by horrible people like this entitled mum. Anyway, that is the end of the video. Don't forget to go and check out Dashlane, it's a really good service. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and I'll see you all tomorrow with some more Reddit content.